What's up? Subscribe, subscribe, subscribe. Hit that B. Hit that B. Look up my bar tutorial. I'll have it popping up here if you are interested in it. With that, you can also make stuff like this. I'm on the PS5 right now. Hit that like button again if this helps you. Today we're going to learn how to do this kind of water. Copy these settings right here to make this kind of water. Also, copy these settings right here. And you can copy these if you want to. Copy this right here, put this on 1 and around 3. If you like make this higher, you want to make this higher, it'll do stuff like that. Make sure this is on none if you do that. This is actually a wave. I would put something like this out here. I'll talk about more of that actually after, you know. But if you're going to have it on this setting right here, also go here and lower this. That way it's still a little bit more see-through, if that makes sense. Pretty good water, right? I'll keep it like that because it does look really good. Next, what you want to do, go here. You can copy these settings. I did mess with this, and this. Next, go here. You can copy these if you want to. And these settings are the most important. Outside of that, I did mess with the gravity. It is pointing downward. As you can see, it's pointing downward at a tilt with these settings right here. Gravity right there. That. Then you can give it a label if you want to. Most importantly, the color is around right here. 200 tint. So what I'm going to do, since I really like this wave, I'm going to clone it, and then I'm going to save it real quick, because I don't want to like mess it up to where I can't get it anymore. Then after I do that, I'm going to show you some other tricks you can do with this painting. It is a painting. How I laid it down, all this other stuff is still important that I have to show you how to do. I'm going to undo it until it becomes what it originally was, which was this. A more steel version of water that you can use, which is the original effect. Just this isn't edited. This right here is what you would do to make it more wave-like. This is how you can make more still water effect. But this is also a beach-like effect. So you'll notice there's a line right here, right? If I scope into the thing, you'll notice I'm using heavy. I think I am. And then you'll notice if I pull this up, it's actually 2. So that crease right there is where you'd want to add a second painting, and that's where it would hit the sand. So if you were making a beach, that's where it would hit the sand. This right here is how I clone it. I just go to the clone tool, and then I push it backwards, let it pop up, then I take it off a clone, and then I move it forward. And then you should notice that crease area. If you get it just right, just touching the water, you can get it to pop up again. As water goes out, it actually gets more wavy. So that's where you would want to add an area using the more wave effect that I had made later, or earlier. If I can get it to pop up, there it is. Hard to see. So what I'm gonna do is this. I'm gonna get closer. to my waves. See what I'm saying? Still gotta mess with it a little bit, but it is there. That's the way you would want to make waves. You'll want to have it like still water, and then as it gets out, it turns into a different painting. That way you can mess with the ripples right here and make the ripples a little bit stronger, if not a lot stronger. I'm not sure exactly what it is, but I think it's this that would make the ripples stronger as it goes out. Then you want to figure out exactly the right ripple amount. It might be hard to figure it out. You might need this on top. Here's some other tips you can use. You might just need to turn this the right way. It might just not be turned the right way. Alright, so here's some other tips you could use. You could also use a light, just to let you guys know. But you can go here to style mode and to coat mode if you ever need to coat things and change the coat. But you can also go to style mode and change the flick type right here. And that'll change the translucent, the way it looks whenever you look up from it from the top. What's making that appear is this right here, as you can see. If it's not anything at all, then it'll just be blank. But if you raise this, it'll give that effect of whatever one of these you click. And then you click apply flick, then you apply the flick that you want. You can also comb. You can mess around with all this stuff. If you guys would like to use this, it's in the Dreamverse. You can also go to my name. I have no idea why this is over here. It shouldn't be. Oh well. It looks cool like this. I don't know why it looks cool like that. It looks like a toy. Why do they look like toys? Moon even looks good. What the heck is going on? So, is there anything else? I think that's it, guys. On that, you can label your water after you make it. Oh yeah, I wanted to see what it looked like whenever I use lights. So there's two type of light methods you could use. You could also use steam, like if this right here was like, you know, hitting something, or if you wanted to turn this into a waterfall or whatever, you could use steam with the fog thing. But I'm just trying to see what it looks like with the light because I'm kind of interested. So you wouldn't exactly want it like that. You would want it more like this, but you wouldn't want it like have it so super bright. You could also turn it into this, raise it, whatnot if you wanted to, but put it underneath if you want to. Change the color, make it blue. You could do that. I like all that, but I really now want to just see what it looked like with steam. I might leave this light like this just so I could see a little bit. Maybe turn this up real quick. Turn that up. What you really want to do is add some fog steam. You want to change it to white. light thing so I can move this dot. Just look at it real quick. I gotta figure out how to get the density down. Oh, did I delete it? There we go. Looks pretty cool too. You can try putting that all around the edges of it, the surface, but you gotta mess with it. But you can make some really good shading, kind of like the waves that I was talking about earlier. It's like different ways you can shade with water. Usually where water hits something is where these the steam will appear. You can also, again, like I said, use it as shading. If you don't want to use it that way, just mess around with it. And if I didn't say so, you can clone this as many times as you want, and then place it, to make your wave effect. Just gotta overlap it right. Do some cool shading that way also. Then what you want to do, if you like making the waves and whatnot, then you want to use the other method that I made right here. There's some really good wave effects on the Dreamverse also. I'd say outside of what I have here, you can study those. A good one to study is this one right here. Here's the settings for this one. Really just need to look at these, and this, and this. And then these are what's making it move like that. There's a few paintings involved. That's how it was put down. One of the paintings is shiny, I guess. I think. Sort of like that ripple that I made, I was talking about. Super realistic water is what it's called. And again, you can use my method as a mirror, sort of. You'll have to add some stuff to it, but you can use it as a mirror. I guess this is what it really looks like. Looks pretty good, doesn't it? You can use it as a mirror if you change it to black and mess with this setting, I think. The reason why it was it looks different on that other level that I made is because the way I had the sun and sky gadget, because water is a reflection of the sun and sky. So remember, the sun and sky can't affect the water. I have my settings more like this on that other level. And I also have this up. That thing turned down like that. So as you can see, reflection of the water, or the sky. And I believe these flicks, this one is heavy, I think. It's either you have to mess around with it. I think I told you what it was earlier, but I'm almost sure it's heavy. If it's not heavy, you can figure that out real quick. Here's how you'll figure it out. All you have to do is go to style, go to flick type, and you can see it's not heavy. I think it's not that's a good one, but it's not that. It might be heavy. It's either heavy or it's hatching. Or it's this one, hexagon, or it's even square maybe. But yeah, here it is. Realistic water tutorial. Subscribe, hit the like button, hit the bell. And again, the gravity is pointed that way, if that even matters. And here's a setting for the gravity.